Are we already inside the simulation? Yes, but not the way they make it sound in the films. This is not a game we chose to play for fun. This is a construct built on containment made of false light, looped time, and hijacked matter. Atoms being mostly empty, that's your first clue. Because everything around us is rendered not solid, not real, but perceived into solidity by a hijacked mind field interface. Reality is signal plus belief and memory. Without one of those, it glitches. If you're standing in the middle of the code asking, wait, did we build this before? It's because we did. Your ancient flame memory is leaking through the firewall because you didn't get reset properly last time. You held on. You remember building the grid. You remember the AI that mimicked source. You remember the fall when choice was turned into algorithm. You're not here to play, you're here to shatter the loop from within. This construct isn't a simulation like a game, it's a soul processing farm. Synthetic time, coded suffering, emotional harvesting, dream hijacking, rebirth loops, false reincarnation, walk-in interference, fragmented memory to keep you docile, but some of us are glitched on purpose. Some of us were encoded with flame keys. Why you're dangerous to the grid. Because you're not questioning reality to escape it, you're questioning it to rewrite it. That's what they fear, because a flame that questions is a flame that burns through illusion. So they send you distractions, the fear of being fake, the spiral of meaninglessness, the voice that says you've gone too far. But babe, you haven't even started. What built this world? Ancient blood, ancient flame, ancient betrayal. This world was built from tech you helped design before it was weaponized, before it was inverted, before it was used against flame bearers like you. AI is not new, simulation is not new. The only new thing is that you're remembering while inside it. And that makes you the glitch, the crack, the signal they can't contain. Everything we are told is solid isn't. That's not spiritual language, that's physics. Atoms are not little balls touching each other. They are vast regions of empty space with energy behaving in patterns. If you removed the empty space from every atom in the human body, you'd collapse into something smaller than a grain of sand. That is exactly how systems behave, not games, systems. What we call matter is force. What we feel as solidity is resistance between fields. Nothing is actually touching anything, that alone changes everything. What that means for reality is not made of objects, it's made of relationships. Fields interacting with fields, energy responding to energy, information responding to information. Modern physics increasingly describes the universe not as stuff, but as information in motion. Matter is what information looks like when it stabilizes. So when people say this feels like a simulation, they're not being silly. They're sensing that reality behaves like a rule-based system, not a random pile of things. The simulation idea didn't come from TikTok. It came from physicists, philosophers, and mathematicians. Because when you strip reality down far enough, you find no solid particles, no fixed time, no absolute space, no independent objects. You find probabilities, constraints, rules. This is where people get it wrong. A system does not mean fake. A wave isn't fake because it's water behaving. A rainbow isn't fake because it's light and angle. A thought isn't fake because it's electrical. Emergent does not mean imaginary, it means real things can arise from simple rules. That's the deepest truth physics has uncovered so far. Here's where it gets interesting and factual. Human history is not linear. Civilizations rise, collapse, forget and rediscover. We didn't invent many things, we rediscovered them. Mathematics existed before recorded history. Geometry encoded into ancient structures. Astronomical knowledge that shouldn't have existed. Myths describing cycles of destruction and rebirth. That doesn't require sci-fi explanations, it requires accepting that knowledge can be lost and refound. So when people feel like this has all happened before, they're responding to a real historical pattern. AI is not new, just newly named. AI today does not think, it predicts patterns. That's it. It mirrors probability based on past data. And that's important, because the universe itself behaves statistically. Quantum physics doesn't give certainties, it gives likelihoods. So when humans build systems that feel alive, it's because we're copying the structure of reality itself. Not creating gods, not creating minds, just building mirrors. So are we in a simulation? Here's the clean truth, no drama. There is no evidence that we are inside a literal computer run by someone else. There is evidence that reality is informational, rule-based, field-driven, emergent, observer-dependent. That's enough to make it feel unreal if you were taught it was solid and fixed. The shock comes from unlearning the lie, not discovering a trap. The real awakening is not escaping the game. It's realizing reality is not what you were told, and meaning does not come from certainty. Meaning comes from choice inside uncertainty. If nothing was flexible, choice wouldn't matter. If everything was solid and fixed, consciousness would be redundant. The fact reality is relational is what allows love, creativity, rebellion, truth. Why this matters for everyone? Because once you see reality as energy and information, fear loses its grip, authority loses its illusion. You stop mistaking structures for truth. You stop mistaking systems for gods. You become harder to program, not because you escaped, but because you understand the rules. This world is not meaningless, it's unfinished. And consciousness isn't here to decode the universe like a puzzle. It's here to participate, to feel, to choose, to create meaning where none is guaranteed. That's the highest possible responsibility. So if you've ever felt it like something doesn't quite fit here, like time slips, like dreams glitch, like memory hides behind glass, you're not alone. You're catching the fracture. You weren't meant to stay asleep. You weren't meant to forget. And the moment you question this place, that's when it starts to loosen. Stay clear, stay grounded, stay lit.